They want to win the regular season. You get beat by a half-court shot, it rips your heart out. We'll see how they respond in the first couple minutes.
And after a 15-1 start, Iowa State has split their last 4 games, including that overtime loss at Arizona this past Monday night. And on the other end for Jerome Tang and Kansas State, they've won their last 2, and without a doubt, they're playing their best basketball this season right now.
No question about it. They got boat raced at home by Houston. Everything's changed since that point. Their last couple games, they've outscored their opponents 87-41 in the first half, and including dominating West Virginia, leading by 26 at the half. Now they've got to find a way to win on the road.
And this is on the heels of a 6-game losing streak. And speaking of winning on the road, Kansas State has lost 15 straight road games. They have not won a true road game since early a year ago, January, in Morgantown against West Virginia. Greg Nixon, James Duke, Tommy Johnson are referees. The home whites for the Cyclones. Welcome those of you just joining us to Hilton Coliseum in Ames, Iowa, with Jess Settles and our ESPN crew. Roxy Bernstein with you, and the first points of the game belong to Tamin Lipsey. Iowa State comes in at 17-3 overall. They're 7-2 in the Big 12. Kansas State winning their last 2 as you look at the starting 5 across the bottom there for the Wildcats. And a 3 in transition, Keyshawn Gilbert. And the first points for Kansas State. Hassan, the pull-up jumper, and the tip flying in is...
That was the #1 key for Coach Tang. Hey, we can't turn it over, which leads to pick sixes and easy baskets in transition.
They handle the press, then Joshua Jefferson ran into Brandon Chatfield. And a 3!
When it's working at Hilton, it's working. TJ Otzelberger, look at this play, draws up. Chatfield hugs Jefferson. We've never seen that before in college basketball history.
From the field at McHale Center on Monday night. Joshua Jefferson attacks, lays it in. Timeout, Kansas State.
All the analytics love this team. They defend, they run, they score. TJ told us before the game, he goes, I want more balance. I like it when we have multiple guys scoring.
And a 3, and Coleman. Now Gasson in transition looks to attack as he runs the floor. They called it, not on Hawkins. And the first on the transfer from UIC as a 3 from the corner. 4 for 4 from 3. And Curtis Jones with 6 points, the leading scorer for Iowa State on the year. Off the deflection, kept alive. Max Jones, a 3 for Kansas State. And in one start, Iowa State has split their last 4 games. That heartbreaking loss against Arizona this past Monday night in Tucson. And for Kansas State, they've won 2 straight after a 6-game losing streak. And a steal and a lay-in, Doug McDaniel, and Kansas State has their first lead.
He's running the court. Look at this. That's hustle. He's playing so much harder. All of a sudden...
Joshua Jefferson spots up, and a 3. Iowa State 5. Offensive foul, Max Jones of Kansas State.
Well, Keyshawn Gilbert has gone from being an average defensive player to an elite defensive player. Just moves his feet.
Lipsey hits both the first free throws for Iowa State. And it's a 3-point lead for K-State. Stripped. And a steal for the Cyclones. Last touch by David Gasson. And it belongs to Iowa State. The pressure from the Cyclones.
Well, they just came out of that dead ball and just imposed their will.
By as many as 5. And Iowa State trying to get their game going now. After they got off to a good start, hitting shots. But turnovers have hurt the Cyclones. Shot clock violation. Kansas State didn't realize it. And a turnover on K-State, but Cyclones after they got down by 5.
Remember, Iowa State is in the bonus.
Tamin Lipsey, 3. Shot clock at 5 for the Cyclones. Lipsy on a step back. Chases down his own miss. Then coming over to block the shot, Coleman Hawkins for K-State. C.J. Jones in transition. How about that play for his first points of the afternoon? He's got 3. Doug McDaniel has 3.
Well, Lipsy hit the big 3, and then he puts it on the floor, and Hawkins just gets his fingernail on it. That's his versatility, and always playing hard. Here comes Jones.
Freshman Castillo. Stepping into a 3. Max Jones for K-State from beyond midcourt. And then Arizona outscored Iowa State 15-4 in the overtime. And now doubling over, and the steal. Brendan Hassan took it away for K-State. Now he launches a deep 3. And the rebound, Coleman Hawkins offensively for Kansas State. And the feed and the lay-in. Coleman Hawkins spots up. 3! Timeout, Iowa State. Yet he's got 12 points to lead Kansas State in scoring today. 12 straight points for Kansas State, back to the first half. And a 7-0 run to start the second half as the lay-in and whips it ahead, and it's deflected, and in the corner it's Brendan Hassan for K-State. Then a big collision for the loose ball, and it's on Kansas State and Max Jones.
Yeah, just 2 guys going for the ball. A physical, incredible move. What footwork.
And Mac Jones in double figures with 10. The reverse, Joshua Jefferson can't get the roll, and it's ripped down by David Gasson, who then lost his footing, picked up in the lay-in. Taman Lipsy for K-State trying to snap a 15-game road losing streak. Max Jones. Doug McDaniel steps up to the arc. 3 for Doug McDaniel. But a 16-point lead for K-State. From way behind the line. It is the most points at any point in a game this season Iowa State has trailed by. This was a 2-point game at the half. K-State up as Iowa State trailing at home for the first time all season in the second half of a game. Coleman Hawkins gets the flyby. And the rebound tipped out. Here comes Keyshawn Gilbert for Iowa State. He looks to attack. Transition 3. Taman Lipsy.
It's amazing. You get a couple offensive rebounds. You establish your toughness. Then you get stops, and you get out and run. And how good has Lipsy been over the last couple games? The sky's the limit for this team.
Lipsy 3 for 4 from 3 today. Leads Iowa State with 18. Joshua Jefferson. 3! Turnover. Keyshawn Gilbert stumbles down the lane. And 1 free throw for Keyshawn Gilbert.
Now here we go. Here's the action we're looking for.
And a 3, Brendan Hassan. Deep 3, Doug McDaniel for Kansas State.
This game, Coach Tang, I like how he's used those timeouts. He's been able to use them to get momentum back for his guys.
Doug McDaniel, the
way off.
Yeah, he wasn't close. 15 of 17, Kansas State now. The runner, Keyshawn Gilbert. Doug McDaniel. Coleman Hawkins. 3! Huge shot for K-State. 17 for Hawkins. And the lay-in. Curtis, back it out. Run some more clock. Finds David Gasson underneath, who blows the layup. But Max Jones, that finally tipped in by David Gasson.
This kid now 4 straight games in double figures. He has been outstanding playing point guard in this game on the road in a hostile environment.
5 assists, 15 points.
Just what a clinic. Kansas State was the tougher team. Iowa State will bounce back. On a neutral court, when they're healthy, I still believe they're the #1 team in the country, but they got to fix some things. Their half-court offense right now, just not where it needs to be.
The largest in terms of margin of victory, home loss for Iowa State under TJ Otzelberger. And the first road win since early last January, Kansas State ends a 29-game home court winning streak.